Hello friends, today we are talking about a brand that is, well, brand new to Australia, but it's been around for quite a while. It's one of the most talked about brands on the internet, and I thought that we would go through and do a full face of this brand and check out what these products are like. Of course, we are talking about Makeup Revolution, also known as Revolution Beauty in some circles. So one of the products that really brought this product from just, UK drugstore to the world's, attention are the concealers, as they were very much compared to the Tarte Shape Tape. More recently, some of their palettes, which are seen to be dupes of more expensive palettes, have been talked about quite a bit. And the fact that they are quite affordable means that there's quite a lot of buzz about this brand. Seeing as, like I said, they are brand new to Australia, I am going to do a full face of makeup using only Makeup Revolution, apart from the brows, so I just didn't have anything from that range. And I'll give it all a go and let you know what I think. This is the makeup look I came up with. It's actually been a couple of hours since I last filmed this because I wanted to see how it wore, and I'll give you my thoughts. So stay tuned, there's a whole full face of first impressions of Makeup Revolution. Alright, so I'm going to start off with primer. They sent me the Mattify primer. I went out and bought the Hydrate one because I think this is a matte foundation and I want to get things too dry looking. And also for my skin, because I'm sort of more mature, I've got more mature skin, two mattes together just don't work. So I'm going to start off with the Hydrating Primer. This feels really thin, so this cost $15. I think it's kind of pricey for this brand. It feels a lot like the Smashbox Primerizer, the same kind of slip. So I've received two packages of Makeup Revolution. The first one had one colour, one shade of foundation, which was too pink, and the other one is a little bit different. So let's just see. This one here is F4. Whatever the shades are, we will make them work. Look how big this doe foot is. It's huge. And this is F9. I might go ahead and use the lighter one. I'll just leave that, it's fine. So I'm going to dot some of this around. This foundation is $18, but when I was in store, there were some shades that were on sale for like $8. You know what, I might add a little bit of the darker. This is a water-based foundation. It's full coverage. At the moment, it doesn't remind me of anything. I'm going to use a damp sponge and I'm going to stipple that on. That seems to have evened me out really well. I thought when it first went on, I thought, oh, it's not really high coverage, but it is. I've applied just a little bit more to see how it builds. And the answer to that is very well. Okay, I am impressed. I think it looks really nice on the skin. Do you want to zoom in a bit? Yeah, it looks really good on the skin. Really happy with this coverage. While we're in nice and close, let's use the concealer. So this is a concealer people were going crazy for a little while ago. In terms of price, we have, this is $8, I think. Yeah, so the regular size is $8 and then the super size one is $14, so double the price. Is it double the product? 4 grams, 13 grams, so more. It's more than double the product. Okay, so what shades do I have here? I have C7 here, which looks like it would have been a perfect foundation shade for me. So I'm going to dot just a little bit there. And we'll sponge it again. Alright, it hasn't completely masked the darkness, but it has done a great job of concealing the redness, and I'm happy with that. Hopefully it doesn't crease. In terms of powder, I've got two products. I went out and bought this one. So this is the translucent powder because they sent me this one. This is the Bake and Blot, but it's in a banana shade, and banana doesn't always work for me. So it's sometimes just a little bit too yellow. But now that I look at my face, it might actually work. I'm going to start off by, well, I don't know what to do now. I might actually use the banana under my eyes and see what happens. So these are both $10. I'm going to use a dry sponge and pick up some of that and see how that works. It's It's a really soft and silky powder, and there's a lot of pigmentation there. I can see a little yellow tinge, but it's not too bad. But I'm going to go ahead and just use the translucent because that's what I like. Here's a hot tip with powders: never actually do all of the dots, like all of the holes. I only do 3, and that helps prevent it just going everywhere. I'm going to actually just pour this out on my puff, and I'm going to use that all over my face. Something I went out and bought was a contour kit because I don't have anything like that. And what we have here is for $8.75. We have a bronzer, blush, and highlight. Again, really surprised with how smooth these are. The mattes in particular are so smooth. These look a little chunky. But we'll see how we go. I got this in the shade Fair. Oh, really, really powdery. I'm a bit scared. Can you see that? Looks like I didn't have anything to be afraid of. It's really fair. It's getting rid of a little bit of that pink look to my skin. Alright, so there's the blush. I thought it looked a little bit like NARS Orgasm. Again, there's a lot of kick up, so it's picked up a lot. I'm going to just put that on. Ooh. I feel like these pick up a lot, but they're actually not very pigmented, which sounds like a negative, but it's actually not, because you don't want face products to be too pigmented, or else you get on there and you can't take colour away. You want to be able to build up colour. This could almost be a highlight. It's really, really glowy. Can you see that? Wow. But I actually really like this. The highlighter actually looks like it's less glowy than the blush is. Let's get a little bit of that. Okay, I was incorrect. That's a lot. This is a lot more than I usually wear. That's okay. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Okay, go easy on these. These are really, like, I lied. This is really great. It's very, very sheer, so you can build it up. These two here, pack a punch. And we'll get on and do some eyeshadow. And I don't know what to do. Now, I was sent all of these. I already had one in my collection, but I was sent all of these reloaded palettes. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and use a limited edition one, the one with Soph, who is, I think Soph does nails. But because I've got so many of these palettes, I'll just show you what they're like. I've used 1 or 2 of them before, and I'm really impressed with how they look. Now, are these the best performing eyeshadows in the world? No. However, at $8 a piece, these are fabulous for people who rarely use colour and want just something in their collection that they can call on when they want some colour, or someone who's a beginner who's just playing or a bit afraid of colour or anything like that. Having said that, there are some nice neutrals as well. So the shades in these look so pigmented, but a lot of them are actually a lot more wearable than you would think. I've worn a lot of these colours before, especially this palette here. They do a fairly good job. Like, there's a lot of pigment there, but they actually do blend out quite well. So this one here is Red Alert. There's, I guess, the colour story for that one. The shimmers or metallics in here are really, really good packed on. So that's that one there. This one here is Hypnotic, and you can see there's some neutrals there, and those metallics are really, really bright. Here is Iconic 3. And that's like the colour story for that one. This one here is Deep Dive. These are colours I rarely use. So something like this is perfect because I'm not spending a lot of money, but I'm getting lots of shades. This one's Iconic Division. Swatches on this are really, sorry, I'm just going through these really quickly. But these are shades, I would never really buy these in a palette, but once I've swatched these two here now, I really want to use this mustard shade. And then this is the one that I've had for quite a while. This is the Velvet Rose, and I've used this a lot. The shades are really pretty and quite versatile. And my hand now hurts from being scrubbed. So they're really pretty, but we're going to play with this today. This one, like I said, is a collaboration. So this one is labelled the Soph and Revolution Extra Spice Ultra Eyeshadows. 18 Ultra Professional Eyeshadows. This one, the price point is a little bit higher. This one is $25. Now, I'm not sure if that's because it's a collab and so Soph needs to get her cut from it or whether the shadows are actually a lot better quality. So let's have a look at this one. This is beautiful. We have a really big mirror there and we have lots of really pretty eyeshadows. So it's obviously a warm tone shadow. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It looks like 6 shimmers. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mattes. It's a really like good range of shades there. You can get some really pretty neutral looks. And then look at this. That is insane. Infinity is this super bright silver. Can you see that? It almost looks like it's mirror. I'm really excited to see if it's actually a different eyeshadow like formula. Let's get on in again. All right, I will start with the shade Cookie Dough, which is just there. There's a lot picked up. Let's see, I'm scared. That's laid down really nicely. Let's use a little bit more of that. All I can see in the mirror is this highlight. It's so blinding. So these are blending out really nicely. I can't tell yet whether it's a different formula. Let's go in with a little chocolate orange. This looks like it's going to be really deep. And we'll just hit the outer corner there. Oh yes, that's nice. Obviously we're going with a warm shadow look today. I think the name of the palette, the Extra Spice, kind of led me to that. These perform as well as some of the other mattes in my collection that are much more expensive. So this palette, like I said, is $25, so it's a lot more expensive than the other palettes. But comparing it to some of the other palettes I own, I think we're onto a good thing here. Oh, I really like the way this is blended out. I need to bring it a little bit further down, but I like this. These aren't as, they're not kicking up as much as the other ones. I'm going to pick up Cheesecake just because I want to see how this looks on the eye. It's a really nice like reddish brown, kind of almost matches exactly what I'm wearing today. Actually, I'll grab that on a smaller brush and go more in the crease with this. Picking up Sweet and Sour, which is an orange shade. I'm going to end up making a complete mess of this look because I just want to use all the shades. Oh, I really want to use these two shades, but I'm afraid I'm going to ruin this. So I'm going to go in with a shimmer. I'm going to use the gold, which is Dreams. Although, oh, I'm really excited because I've been really into like olive green eyeshadows lately. And that one looks really pretty. But I don't think that's going to go with this. I'm going to just pick this up on my finger. Well, this one's a little chunky, so I'll be careful. Don't like that one as much as some of the others. But now I've done that, I've got to do it the other side. I'm going to grab Running Late and just pop that on top of that shimmer, just here. Oh, that's a really good shade. It's like a mustardy, kind of between a mustard yellow and an orange. That's a great shade. What this palette is missing is like a creamy, like white to help buff out edges and stuff like that, but that's okay. I'm just grabbing a clean brush. I'm just going to go around the edges. Alright, I've sent a liner that's $12.50. It is the Liner Revolution Waterproof, Smudge Proof, Intense Black felt tip liner. So that's it there. So it's your pretty standard felt tip. I'm really scared I don't want to ruin this. Oh, it's very like, very, very black. But I feel like it needs like a little bit more juice on it, in it. Yeah, not sure if this is just my one or what, but this is a little bit dry. So I might need to go over it with something else because I feel like it's kind of skipped over the skin. We've got the waterproof mascara now. This one's a little bit pricey. This is $20. Actually, it's not that expensive, but for this brand, it's quite expensive. Like I said, this is waterproof. We have a really big wand there as well. Let's go in and try this out. Okay, not loving that also. It might get better after I've used it a couple of times. You know, sometimes mascaras thicken up a little bit, but it hasn't really added much volume. It's definitely made my lashes black, but it's just kind of clumped them up a bit together. I need a mascara to add length as well, and this one doesn't seem to be doing that. All right, while we wait for that to dry so I can finish the rest of the eyes, I'm going to try this out. So this is another thing that I purchased. This lipstick is $6 and we have a liner and a liquid lipstick in it. This is in the shade Rain. And we have a really nice looking pencil liner. And let's see how this shade goes. It's nice and smooth. It's like a peachy nude. This is very smooth, but it feels kind of waxy. It's not a negative. Yeah, it's almost like a gel, waxy kind of pencil. And then we have the liquid. No real scent there. Nice and smooth. Nice. I like that a lot. And for like $6, that's like, I think it might have been on sale when I purchased it, but $6. And I had to scrub quite a bit for that liner to come off my hand. And then the last thing I purchased was a hyaluronic fix. So this is a setting spray. And let's use this and see what happens. I feel this highlighter is so intense. I have to go out after this. This was also $15. It's quite a aggressive sprayer. All right, and then we have it. This didn't do as good a job as I had hoped to melt down some of this highlighter. It still looks a little textured. Often when I use something like Fix Plus, it will help it to melt down and become more skin-like. So let's go through all the products really quickly because this is a long video. The primer, I really like the primer. It does feel like a dupe for the Smashbox. The foundation, although it is the wrong shade, I've kind of done a good job of matching it. I know it doesn't look like the wrong shade. It covered redness very well. It is looking a little textured around my nose, where I do have quite a bit of texture. So it doesn't do a great job of, oh, actually, my nose, the pores look blurred. Here it looks a lot, but it could be just all of that shimmer. So I like this so far. The concealer I like so far. I think this is a great high coverage concealer at that price point. What was it? Like $8 or $14 for the big one. I like the powder. I like both the powders actually. I don't know that I need to go out and buy this one because the banana one was actually quite good. This little palette, if you want super duper high impact shimmer, then this one is amazing. I really liked the bronzer. It was very, very soft. There is another shade of this available. So if you have deeper skin than me, which isn't hard, then there's another shade of this. But the blush and the highlight are really so glowy. Like I feel like I'm going to be able to be seen from the moon. The liner was a bit dry. I'm actually going to go in a moment and fix this up with another liner because it just skipped and it was a bit dry. The mascara, again, not for me because it just didn't add much length for me. the eyeshadow palette I really like, and I feel like I need to play with it a little bit more and get some more kind of use out of the colours. But I really like this quite just simple. I feel like these colours, like I'm living for these kind of in-between colours. So like the mustards and the olive greens, and like they're quite, I feel like they're mature colours, I don't know. But I really like the way this turned out. That gold shimmer didn't perform as well as I had hoped, but the rest of the shadows, brilliant. The lip kit, $6, like that's amazing. I like the lipstick better than I like the liner, although the liner did a great job. It's looking a little bit dry on my lips, but I'm not too stressed. This one I don't know that I love. I just don't feel like it did anything. It didn't break down the makeup. It doesn't make me look more dewy. It's supposed to be hydrating, but I feel still quite dry. I'm going to go ahead and use some of my other products that I know that I love. But other than that, yeah, I think this is a brand that you might want to check out. So it's available online and some stores. It's one of those brands that there are some hits and misses, but when you find a good product at this price point, love it. Alright, I am going to leave things here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found something that you'd like to play with yourself, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.